Hello everyone, and welcome to the 2007 Senior Recognition Night. My name is Aaron Schoonover, and as Student Council President, I will be your Master of Ceremonies this evening. I first of all want to say how great it is to have all of you here with us tonight to show your support for the class of 2007. From what I've heard from a lot of teachers, it's probably one of the best senior classes to come through Wadsworth High School, and it's an honor to be a part of it, and it's also an honor to share the stage tonight with such a wonderful group of students. There's so much intelligence and talent and athleticism on the stage tonight, it's almost overwhelming. So without further ado, let's get the ceremony started. This evening will be broken into sections: educational excellence, leadership, athletic achievement, and scholarships, which are something that any soon-to-be college student would die for. But before anything that drastic happens, let's go ahead and get on with the ceremony. Here to present the first award is Mr. Todd Osborne.
Thank you. Good evening. I have the privilege to introduce 4 students who had perfect attendance for Wadsworth High School for 4 years. I'll bring all 4 up if we can hold our applause. Shannon Brenneman, Matthew Stitzel, Benjamin Salka, and Joseph Seipert.
Good evening. I'd like to welcome everybody also. I'm Brian Williams, the principal, and it's my pleasure to give the Principal's Award, appropriately enough. The Principal's Award of Excellence is an award given to those students in each academic area that have excelled throughout this academic year. These students are the students that, as chosen by each individual department, as the student that has outshone every other student in that department. And it's my pleasure to give these awards. If these students would please come down as I call their name and accept their award. In the area of English, the Outstanding English Student of the Year is Katie Cameron. In the area of foreign language, the Outstanding Student of the Year in Foreign Language is Sarah Price. And our Fine Arts Student of the Year is Betsy Bauer. In the area of math, our Outstanding Student of the Year in Math is Austin Healy. Our Science Student of the Year is Jonathan Losh. Our Business and Technology Student of the Year is John Eggleston. Social Studies Student of the Year is Michael Belowski. And our Health and Physical Education Student of the Year goes to Joe Hanna. Thank you. And next on our agenda I also have the pleasure of reintroducing and recognizing our Students of the Month. Every month at Wadsworth High School, we recognize two seniors, a male and a female, who are recognized at our Board of Education meeting as outstanding seniors for the month at Wadsworth High School. They're recognized not only for their outstanding citizenship, their outstanding academic ability, but also for the outstanding accomplishments they have outside of the classroom in the area of I'm losing my train of thought, in the area of community service and other things that they do for our buildings. So I will go through these, and if these students would please come to the podium, I'm going to go through the whole list here, and then we also have the ability to honor the outstanding students of the year as chosen from the group that I will now call. Our September Students of the Month were Aaron Schoonover and Rachel Filiomini. Our October Students of the Month were Ryan Renacci and Beth Bianco. Our November Students of the Month were Matt Toddy and Abigail Ledman. Our December Students of the Month were Joe Seipold and Emily Gaborsik. January Students of the Month were David Carter and Laura Myers. February Students of the Month were Adam Zaleha and Michelle McCune. March was Jonathan Losh and Elizabeth Bauer. April was Nathan Tenley and Kristen Havens. May Students of the Month were Jonathan Eggleston and Katie Cameron. And obviously, as you can see, they're a very impressive group of students. And again, as you might imagine, trying to choose the two from this group that stood out and were outstanding would be very, very difficult to do. But because we had to, the two students that stood out the most, our Students of the Year, are Jonathan Losh and our female Student of the Year was Emily Gaborsik.
Would Ryan Renacci, Taryn Wessel, and Laura Myers please come forward? A committee of plain dealer reporters and editors read through and scored 275 entries for the title of Senior Standout. Of these, 84 students were featured in a special section of the Plain Dealer. Congratulations to Ryan Renacci and Taryn Wessel for honorable mention. And congratulations to Laura Myers, featured as one of the 84 in the third tier as an outstanding senior. Would Shannon Brenneman, Emily Gaborsik, Chris Jones, and Jonathan Losh please come forward? Each year, the Akron Beacon Journal sponsors a regional star student recognition program. These students will be featured in the Beacon Journal on Sunday, May 27th. Students were judged on participation and leadership in school, community, and scholarship. Shannon Brenneman and Chris Jones have been awarded a Bronze Star. Emily Gaborsik has been awarded a Silver Star. And Wadsworth High School is proud to have a Gold Star winner. Congratulations to John Losh and to all the outstanding students in the class of 2007.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sergeant Hamby, and on behalf of the United States Marine Corps, welcome. Tonight I'll be presenting 3 awards. Marine Corps presents the Scholastic Excellence Award, the Semper Fidelis Award for Musical Excellence, and the Distinguished Athlete Award. For over 230 years, the Marines have recognized as the best military organization in the world. We've earned that reputation because the Marines teach every new recruit the value of physical strength and mental strength. Mental strength comes through academic study. We encourage the nation's youth to complete high school. I am honored tonight to recognize the efforts of this special student. This student has demonstrated outstanding citizenship and leadership in academics. Ladies and gentlemen, the United States Marine Corps takes pleasure in presenting the Scholastic Excellence Award to Ms. Carolyn Cook. The United States Marine Corps is also proud to have one of the finest musical organizations in the world. The most notable member of the program is the Marine Band, also known as the President's Own from Washington, D.C. This prestigious musical organization was formed in 1798 and has played at every presidential inauguration since Thomas Jefferson. The Marine Corps realizes that there will be no Marine Band without the dedicated young musicians. For this reason, the Marine Corps supports the high school band programs by awarding the Semper Fidelis Award. I am honored to present this year's Semper Fidelis Award for recognition of diligence, dedication, and musical excellence as a performing high school bandsman to Miss Shannon Brenneman. Congratulations. Last but not least, the Distinguished Athlete Award. Since the United States Marine Corps was established over 230 years ago, we have enjoyed some of the most demanding physical standards in the world. We require our Marines to be in their absolute top physical condition in order for the Marine Corps to be successful in its missions. The Marine Corps realizes that the foundation for good physical fitness is laid in the high school athletic organizations. In addition to good training habits, high school athletes are well aware of teamwork, discipline, which are 2 important elements in the makeup of a Marine. The United States Marine Corps takes pleasure in supporting high school athletics by presenting the Distinguished Athlete Award. Ladies and gentlemen, this year's recipient, who's recognized for displaying courage, poise, self-confidence, and leadership in high school athletics, is Jamie Grendel.
Good evening. I'm Linda Kramer, and I want to congratulate all these people on the stage. And honest, I promise I'll make my remarks brief. Every year, I just pick out a quote. I save quotes, I put them in files. Sometimes I use them again, but I have a quote for this class. Until you spread your wings, you will have no idea how far you can fly. So please enjoy it while you're flying. I am here to give the Memorial Award in my son's name. And I want to tell you, it's not an easy thing to do, but I sat on the stage for many years as I gave the Goldstein Awards every year, and I heard people get up and give the award in my son's name, and I never said anything, but you know, some of them did a good job and some of them didn't, and they didn't know him and they didn't know what to say. And I just thought, I can do this, and I am glad I do this because he would be so pleased that this award is given in his name. He was a wonderful kid. He was quiet. He loved automotives class. He loved his car. He worked out at the Chevrolet garage during high school. He washed cars after school. And on graduation in 1976, he was hired by them, and he just loved his job, and he died accidentally. And I had a revelation this week, in the last couple days. I've wondered to myself for years why I enjoy so much being with these youth. Boys and girls, I love kids of all ages, but there's just something about the high school kids that I just love to be with them. And all of a sudden it dawned on me, it's because my son will always be 18. And that's why I really like being with these kids. The winner, I'm gonna spell his name, his last name, because there is no way I can say it, and I want him to come to the microphone and tell you. The winner this year is Michael CZARTOSZEWSKI.
It's Michael Shardazeski.
You did a good job. He will attend Wyotech College in Pennsylvania. He'll major in auto tech and business. He was very successful in the Cleveland Auto Dealers Association competition, and he enjoys dirt bike racing with Competition Riders of American Club. And I want you to take this and enjoy it.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Now, I'm still here. I'm going to put on a different hat and do the Goldstein Awards. And I've done these for a million years because I am a friend of the family, and Dr. Goldstein, one of the Dr. Goldsteins, will be here in Wadsworth in a couple weeks, and he sends his regards, and he just wishes he could be here so much. But I used to send him tapes of this so that he could see it, and I just don't do that anymore. But I like to tell the parents that the Goldstein Awards are character awards. The two young men that receive these awards are super wonderful young men. They are willing to go the extra mile. They help their friends out. They would do anything for you. So keep that in mind, that these two kids are really, really special kids. Ed and Arnie Goldstein, Ed was the father, Arnie was the son. This is back in the 50s, you have to know. They had Goldstein Drugstore. He was a pharmacist, Ed, and Arnie was the oldest son out of 5 kids. And Mr. Goldstein was killed tragically in an automobile accident in 1959. Arnie was killed. He was a flight surgeon in the Navy, and he was killed in a helicopter accident. And he was only 27 years old when he was killed. And the reason I think the high school has kept these in their awards all these years is because they are really strong character awards. And 2 people you might know that received these when they were high school were Coach Mark Postak and Coach Callahan. They received the Goldstein Awards when they were in high school. So the Ed Goldstein Award this year is being presented to Ryan Renazzi. Ryan will attend the University of Notre Dame and study biochemistry. He has a 4.0 GPA, and he's vice president of his class and associate editor of the Bruin staff, and he's a person of good character. The Arnie Goldstein Award this year is given to John Losh. John will attend MIT and study mechanical engineering. He has a 4.0 GPA. He's president of the National Honor Society. He's vice president of the speech and debate team and captain of the academic challenge team. Thank you very much.
My name is Bethany Kovacevic, and I'm here on behalf of the Ohio High School Athletic Association to give out the Courageous Student Award. The Ohio High School Athletic Association presents an annual Courageous Student Award to each high school. The Courageous Student Award is presented to a student who has overcome great adversity, overcome personal illness, or assisted a fellow student in overcoming adversity. I know this person receiving this from when she was real little. I would like Kathy Little to come up here, please. Kathy is this year's courageous student for Wadsworth High School. After a sunny 2-week vacation, Kathy, Jess, and Lindsay returned home from California with a dream tan and lots of memories. A short time later, Kat began to struggle with symptoms later diagnosed as lupus. She spent much of her junior year in and out of the hospital through various treatments, including chemotherapy. During it all, Kat's will to succeed, which was first formed by gymnastics, shined. Even with the many obstacles she encountered, never once did she give up or let it affect her. Her hard work and dedication to the sport brought her through the many challenges and led her to a spot on the Wadsworth team and a chance to compete at the state competition this past March. Kat's determination to succeed and overcome the illness also helped her leadership as a senior role model for the numerous underclassmen as she helped them and the team reach their goals throughout the season. Her courage was as contagious as her smile. Kat was a great asset to the team and will be greatly missed next year.
Mr. Williams, faculty, parents, students, my name is Sergeant First Class Reed, and I'm the Army Career Counselor from Medina County. Today I would like to continue what has become an important tradition by presenting the U.S. Army Reserve National Scholar Athlete Award to two of this school's finest scholar athletes. The two students whom the Army Reserves honors this year have achieved the winning combination, excellence in both academics and athletics. They have achieved a balance that many people aspire to, but only a handful achieve. I am proud to have the opportunity to honor two of the nation's finest young people. Let's give a round of applause to this year's Wadsworth High School Army Reserve National Scholar Athlete Award to Caitlin Miller and Thomas Kaminsky.
Good evening. I'm Andrew Booth, girls basketball coach, and I'm here to present this year's Archie Griffin Sportsmanship Award. The Ohio High School Athletic Association's prestigious Archie Griffin Sportsmanship Award is awarded annually to one male and one female student athlete who have been outstanding in their efforts to promote sportsmanship in their school and community. Our male award winner this year has participated in track and cross country for the past 4 years. This year's male recipient is Nick Burton. Our female award winner has participated in basketball for the past 4 seasons. This year's female award recipient is Miss Allie Macco.
Hi, I'm Jen Greenlease. I'm the varsity volleyball coach at Wadsworth High School. The Helen Allen Liebert Memorial Award is given for the purpose of recognizing a senior girl athlete who has won a varsity award her senior year and who has lettered in one other sport during her high school career. The award is given in recognition of good athletic ability, sound moral character, leadership, cooperation, and team play. This year's winner of the Helen Allen Liebert Award is a 4-year letter winner in basketball and a 3-year letter winner in volleyball. She was captain of both teams during her senior year. I'm happy to present this year's award to Jen Yule.
Good evening. I'm Steve Moore, the Athletic Director at Wadsworth High School. I have several awards to pass out at this time. The first one is the Laurel Mass Leadership Award. It is presented annually to a Wadsworth senior athlete who demonstrates tremendous leadership. The award is named after Laurel Mast, who is a former teacher, coach, and athletic director at Wadsworth High School. Laurel believed in doing it the right way and leading by example. This year's recipient is a four-year letter winner in softball. She has a 4.0 GPA and will be attending Kent State University to play softball next year. This year's winner is Amy Bassett. I also will be passing out the Ohio High School Athletic Association Scholar Athlete Award. This is given to a male and female scholar athlete each year. Each recipient must receive a minimum of 4 varsity letters in all sports combined. This year's female recipient is a 4-year letter winner in tennis and also has a GPA of 4.0, and it is Abby Hackenberg. This year's male recipient is a 2-year letter winner in swimming and a 2-year letter winner in track and field. This year's male recipient is Chris Jones. Chris also has a 4.0 GPA. The Outstanding Senior Athlete Award is given each year to the top senior female and male athlete. The award is chosen by a committee of head coaches. Athletes are nominated by the head coaches based on their athletic achievements. This year's female recipient is a standout basketball player. She's a 4-year letter winner in basketball. She has won several all-league and all-district awards. She's a 3-time Medina County MVP for girls basketball and 2-time first-team All-State for girls basketball. Congratulations to this year's Female Senior Athlete of the Year, Cassie Schrock. This year's male recipient is a standout football and track athlete. In football, he is a 3-year letter winner and a first-team All-Suburban League selection. In track, he will be a 4-year letter winner as the season concludes in a couple weeks. He placed 6th in the state meet in pole vault. He will hopefully again place this year. Congratulations to this year's male Senior Athlete of the Year, Ken Owens. The Ohio High School Athletic Association has also established an annual state sportsmanship, ethics, and integrity award for every OHSAA member school. The criteria for this award is a person within the school or community who continually exemplifies good sportsmanship, is a positive role model, and reflects a high level of ethics and integrity in dealing with students and the interscholastic athletic program. It is my great pleasure tonight to introduce this year's winner of the Ohio High School Athletic Sportsmanship, Ethics, and Integrity Award to Linda Kramer. I'm also going to skip ahead in the program and give out the Wadsworth Lions Club Scholarship. The Wadsworth Lions Club is a service organization that serves the Wadsworth community. Our main goal is to provide vision and hearing supplies and service to the people of Wadsworth. Each year, the Wadsworth Lions Club gives thousands of dollars and countless hours to our community. The Wadsworth Lions Club meets every Thursday at 11:40 a.m. at the Galaxy. If you'd like to become a member of the Lions, please contact any Lion for more information. Tonight, we would like to present 2 $500 scholarships to graduating seniors. This year's recipients are Stephanie Rudy, and Lindsay Borton. Thank you.
Would Carolyn Cook, Alan Hadges, John Losh, Laura Myers, and Scott Westerman please come forward? The National Merit Scholarship Program has named 4 finalists from Wadsworth High School for the 2007 Merit Competition: Carolyn Cook, Alan Hadges, John Losh, and Laura Myers. There are 3 types of merit scholarships. Scott Westerman has received a corporate-sponsored scholarship from Omnova Solutions Foundation. Carolyn Cook and Alan Hadges have received college-sponsored merit scholarships. Carolyn will attend Northwestern University. Alan will attend The Ohio State University. John Losh will attend MIT and is the recipient of the National Merit $2,500 Award. Congratulations to all of you. Would Michael Belowski, David Carter, and Christopher Parker please come forward? The Ohio Board of Regents reviewed and selected scholarship recipients for the Ohio Academic Scholarship Competition. This award is based on a formula of ACT scores and grade point average. For the 2nd year in a row, 5 Wadsworth High School students were offered this scholarship. Normally, 2 high school students receive this award. Of the 5, 3 students plan to attend a college or university in Ohio and have accepted the award. Congratulations to Michael Belowski, David Carter, and Christopher Parker. Each will receive $2,250 per year, renewable over 4 years.
Good evening. I'm Dave Slatke, Blue Gold Officer representing the United States Naval Academy. I am pleased and privileged to be here tonight representing the United States Naval Academy in Annapolis, Maryland, to present a certificate of accomplishment to a member of Wadsworth High School graduating class of 2007. While Chris Jones is coming forward, I want to recognize, congratulate, thank his parents, family for guiding and nurturing him, and also to congratulate all of the people here on the stage because you've done a fine job. I also want to thank the teachers, coaches, and the community and leaders of Wadsworth High School who have educated and trained all of them, and especially Chris, and prepared him to go on to the next level of education. Chris, I'm going to read this certificate, and then I'm going to say a few words. Your hair's all right to go to the academy, so we don't have to talk about that. United States Naval Academy, Annapolis, Maryland. The Superintendent of the United States Naval Academy takes great pleasure in recognizing the certificate of accomplishment and selection of Christopher David Jones for the offer of appointment to the United States Naval Academy with the class of 2011. Chris has competed with approximately 13,000 people to go to the academy, and with that, he's going to be joined with 1,229 other peers who have just completed probably one of the 5 most difficult places to get into in the nation. They have been selected because of their achievements and also their potential. We are very deliberate in the selection process because we hire all of our graduates, and we put them in charge of some very precious other young men and women, and in control of some very expensive and sophisticated equipment. These appointments are fully paid 4-year scholarships worth more than $300,000 to one of the finest and most prominent colleges in the United States and the world, as attested by the achievements of the class of 2007 that is graduating from the Naval Academy, who has in its ranks 3 Rhodes Scholars, 2 Truman Scholars, a Marshall Scholar, and several other scholars that are selected for other graduate programs, as well as the Burke Scholarships. The newly appointed members of the class of 2011 have been appointed and ordered to report to Annapolis on June 28th to be sworn in as midshipmen in the United States Naval Academy. They will then become immersed in an extremely vigorous and fast-paced program of academic, leadership, military, and physical fitness training, which will extend over the next 4 years. During their summers, they will be introduced to virtually every facet of the Navy and Marine Corps to help them decide what role they want to play after graduation. When they complete their course of instruction and training, they will receive their Bachelor of Science degree in one of 19 major areas of study and commissions in either the Navy or Marine Corps of the United States, and go forth to protect and defend our nation and our way of life. Now, it gives me great personal pleasure to present the certificate to Christopher David Jones on behalf of the President of the United States, the Secretary of the Navy, the Chief of Naval Operations, the Superintendent of the United States Naval Academy, and all of us. Congratulations, best wishes, welcome aboard, smooth sailing. It'll be a very special journey in your life to become one of the leaders of our nation. Congratulations.
Good evening. My name is Pat Ryan, and this is my wife, Debbie. And it is our privilege this evening to present 2 $1,500 scholarships and 1 $2,000 scholarship on behalf of the PDR Foundation. Would Abby Hackenberg, Joseph Seipolt, and Rachel Figulamini please come to the podium?
Abby is the recipient of a $1,500 scholarship and plans on attending Ohio University. She has been active in the National Honor Society, the tennis team, and many other clubs and activities, as well as performing many hours of community service. Joseph is also the recipient of a $1,500 scholarship, and he plans on attending Ashland University. He is also a member of the National Honor Society, the track and golf teams, and has also participated in other clubs and performed many hours of community service. Rachel is the recipient of a $2,000 scholarship to Bowling Green State University. She is a National Honor Society student, a member of the volleyball team, and has also participated in many clubs and performed many hours of community service. Please join me in congratulating these fine students on their accomplishments.
Good evening. My name is Ashley Blueball, and I'm a senior at Wadsworth High School. Tonight, I'm honored to present the Jean Blueball Scholarship on behalf of my Uncle Eugene, who passed away 11 years ago from a 2-year battle with cancer. He was a 1967 graduate of Wadsworth High School and a coach for the Wadsworth girls junior varsity soccer team for about 5 years. Not only am I honored to be here on behalf of my uncle, but I'm so proud and privileged to be giving this scholarship to a wonderful young lady whom in my heart earned it. There is not a single soul I know who has such a passion and love for soccer as she does. Now it is my privilege to award not only my best friend, but someone who I count as a sister, Jamie Grindle. May you please come forward to receive your scholarship.
Hello, I'm Roger Havens, and I'm currently the principal at Franklin Elementary School. And when these guys were in 5th grade, they were the last class to attend the old Franklin, old Lincoln schools. And I know those brought back memorable years for those that made it from kindergarten through 5th grade. I was at least their principal there at Old Franklin, Old Lincoln, since I was there for 9 years. And I can remember that last year when the 2 new buildings were under construction. At Lincoln, it was an absolute nightmare. That's all I can describe it. All day long, all we heard was the earth movers going by. The pictures would shake on the walls. Every once in a while, if we had a playground that day, they would be able to go out, and then a big truck would come onto the playground. Everybody would have to be chased back into the school. There were several weeks, especially the warm weeks, where there was absolutely no recess at all. And you trap kindergartners and 1st graders inside for 2 weeks on warm days. It was actually very miserable. However, the good news is we have 2 fantastic facilities, and I'm sure even to this day, the ones who attended the old buildings have fond memories, even though Franklin School was probably smaller than most houses being built today in Wadsworth. So putting it in perspective, but that's not why I'm here. I'm here to give out a memorial award, and this is in memory of Robert John Fenton. And he was born April 30th, 1956 in Barberton, Ohio, and he had a lifelong interest in the Boy Scouts and eventually advanced on to assistant scoutmaster. He was bright and an eager student, especially in the area of science, where he excelled during his high school years. He graduated from Wadsworth High School on June 7th, 1974, and his activities included wrestling and Spanish club. After that, he went on to Ohio State University for 4 years. He majored in geology and mineralogy. He held various part-time jobs. His extracurricular activities were lengthy. He was in the OSU Judo Club, the Central Ohio War Games, the Mountaineering Club, etc., etc. Suddenly, in May of 1978, acute leukemia was diagnosed 2 weeks prior to his OSU graduation. He wasn't even able to graduate with his class as a result, nor receive his commission into the Air Force. However, in the 3 ensuing years, despite fighting his illness and devastating effects, he finished his senior geology thesis. He received his bachelor's science degree in geology and mineralogy from OSU in 1978. He spent a year at Kent State in the graduate school studying hydrogeology. He worked 5 months in 1980 for the Bureau of Mines in Pittsburgh. In his spare time, which was little, he enjoyed lapidary work, cutting and shaping stones, designing jewelry, and he planned to continue his studies in hydrogeology and environmental geology at Texas A&M. He did pass away on April 16, 1981, and that was 2 weeks short of his 25th birthday. And he had a strong faith in God. He was a fine young man, uniquely special. He was very talented, courageous, and persevering. As brief as his life was, he made an impact that can't be forgotten. He had a calm acceptance of his illness and determination to live a full life. He also graduated with me from Wadsworth High School, and so that's why they asked me to come and award this. And today, I would like to pass on the award to Casey Mosier. So Casey, please come forward. And this plaque will find its place back at the high school, where it'll hang with Casey's name on it, as well as all the other names since 1996. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Sarah Fortner.
And I'm Tim Cavanaugh.
We are here to announce the WHS Student Council Scholarship.
Our first candidate winner has been involved in Student Council for 4 years as class treasurer, executive board, vice president, and Student Council president in 2007. He is also involved in drama club, junior leadership of Medina County, and is now about to attend Kent State University to major in music theater. Student Council is proud to honor one of our school leaders. Good luck to senior Aaron Schoonover.
Our second scholarship goes to someone who has been involved in student council for 4 years. She was a class representative for 3 years and was selected as vice president of her senior class. She has also served as the chair of Student Council Food Committee this year. Throughout her high school career, she has participated in many activities such as Huddle, National Honor Society, Yearbook, JV, and varsity volleyball. This young lady will be attending Bowling Green State University to become an intervention specialist. Congratulations to the second recipient of our Student Council Scholarship, Rachel Filiameni.
Good evening, I'm Vicki Matthews, and I am representing the Wadsworth High School Faculty Scholarship Fund. The Wadsworth High School Faculty Scholarship Fund begun in the fall of 1987 by the faculty and administrators of Wadsworth High School. The members that are elected to receive the scholarships are those people that contribute to the fund, and those are the folks that decided on our great candidates this year. The goal of this fund is to provide financial assistance to the worthy Wadsworth graduates who have demonstrated strong initiative and drive in and out of the high school environment, who display the initiative and drive necessary to succeed in college, and have displayed excellent academic achievement and have worked diligently both in and out of school. The Wadsworth High School faculty is proud this year to award 2 $1,000 scholarships to Miss Abigail Orchard and Miss Katie Cameron. I'm also the high school speech and debate coach, and I was surprised and honored last March when a former student, one that I did not know, called me and said that she felt that the Wadsworth speech and debate team created her whole persona, helped her to become a wonderful, outstanding contributor to the society, I guess is how she put it. And she said, Mrs. Matthews, I would like to have a scholarship started for the Wadsworth speech and debate team. So Mr. Gaines was her initial coach, and so she sent me this email. I just want to read 2 lines of it. Mr. Gaines convinced me that I would make a great original orator. That means she writes her own speech and she also performs her speech. I couldn't believe I was really going to be getting up in front of roomfuls of people 3 times every single Saturday. And each speech, each tournament, each year on the team, my confidence grew immeasurably. In her senior year, she placed top 10 in her category in the state competition. She felt the team and the spirit of the team, hard work, and the true joy of interacting with people was a lifelong desire to learn and experience new things, just shaped her whole life. The person was Laura Lee Miller, and her last name now is Cogbill. And she sent us a check, and she said, please find a worthy recipient for this specific honor. And so as I was talking to the coaches and thinking, I wanted someone who demonstrated hard work, a true joy of interacting with people, and a lifelong desire to learn and experience new things. This person is a quiet person, but she too, when she speaks, just makes a wonderful statement and poise, and she placed in the top 12 this year in the state competition. So this year's our first speech and debate award goes to Miss Amanda Lorenz.
Good evening. Would Amanda Matheny and Abby Hackenberg please come forward? Each year, Wadsworth High School, in conjunction with the National Honor Society and the American Red Cross, sponsors 2 bloodmobile drives. This year, our blood drives were extremely successful in that we collected over 350 pints of blood. Due to the outstanding success of those blood drives, the Red Cross has awarded 2 $1,000 scholarships to worthy students. And I cannot think of any students more worthy than the fine young ladies to my left. They are probably the best workers I have ever had the pleasure of working with in my 25 years as advisor for National Honor Society, and they are fine examples of Wadsworth High School students and of young women that I am sure are going to be successful in the future. Congratulations.
Hi, my name is Todd Painter, and I'm here to present the Tiffany Painter Scholarship. It is awarded each year in memory of my sister, Tiff, and to me, Tiffany epitomized a concept of hard work with all the effort she would put into her activities, her schoolwork, her family, and her friends. When selecting the recipient of this scholarship, we looked for people who share these same values, and of course, we found someone. This year's recipient participates in an array of activities, including the National Honor Society, cheerleading, show choir, the Key Club, VOFT, gymnastics, student council, her church youth group, and the French Club. On top of all this, she has maintained a 3.8 GPA in school, received a Scholar Athlete Award each year, and ranked in the top 20% of her class. She plans to attend Bowling Green, where she will major in journalism. All that being said, I am happy, as is my sister, I'm sure, to present the Tiffany Painter Scholarship to Hillary Thompson.
Good evening. My name is Gail Williams. I will be presenting 2 awards for scholarships that are privately funded. The donors have chosen to work through the Scholarship Foundation of Wadsworth in managing these scholarships. The first is an anonymous award of $1,000 to a student who has decided to pursue a degree in engineering. This year's winner plans to major in computer engineering at Purdue. He works at the Holiday Inn, Marie's, and the Galaxy. He's the editor of the Bruin and enjoys learning about and tinkering with new technologies. He also enjoys snowboarding, running, and tennis. This year's award goes to Bradley Mueller. The second award is the Mary Lee Stitzel Scholarship for $1,000. Mary Lee was a registered nurse that dedicated her life to helping people. She was particularly fond of the older population. She was a pioneer in bringing elder daycare, respite care, home care, and affordable housing to the older population of Wadsworth. In addition to that, she was my sister. This scholarship is given to a student who has chosen to pursue a degree in the healthcare field. This year's winner plans to attend Ohio State and major in nursing. She has participated in the Advancement to Nursing program, giving her hands-on experience at Barberton Hospital. She works at the Akron General Health and Wellness Center, and she's volunteered at Pleasant View Nursing Home and Wadsworth Rittman Hospital Emergency Room. She's a runner and has participated in several local runs. I'm proud to award this honor to Jillian Peacock.
My name is Ellen Supon, and this is my sister Nancy McComas. Derek Stanley was and will always be our nephew, who had the beautiful smile and a twinkle in his eyes. From the day he was born in January of 1984, he enjoyed all that life had to offer. Derek was the true Aquarius child who was as comfortable in the water as he was on land. And although it was apparent that he was a gifted athlete, he possessed so many other talents that he had only begun to explore. He was fun-loving and a free spirit with magnetic personality. Derek was also a generous and compassionate person to those lucky enough to call him friend. But most important, Derek mattered to us, his family. He was a son, grandson, cousin, and nephew in a family that loved him so very much and greatly misses him each and every day. It is with pride and honor that we present the Derek L. Stanley Scholarship Award to Kristen Havens.
Good evening. I'm Tom Castle with the Wadsworth Scholarship Foundation, and not only do we raise some funds to be able to present some awards every year, but we also administer the Derek Stanley Award, Mary Lee Stitzel, and Tiffany Painter Award. It's funny how time flies. It's been 20 years ago is when a Wadsworth student, John Bashan, had a vision to establish a foundation for scholarships. And this is our 20th year, and he established this with these ideas. He was looking for students who had a proven financial need, who had specific goals for their lives, and also who had great work ethics. And of course, I think that pretty much stands for everybody up here. So it's a very difficult decision when we actually do these. But I'm very proud to be able to offer 12 $1,000 scholarships this evening, and we'll start with them right now. First one, Michael Barlow. Stephanie Carruthers. Karina Cooper. Ashley Currens. This one's for Emily Edmonds, and unfortunately she wasn't able to be here this evening, but we'll make sure she gets it. Monica Grzanek. Crystal Hartley. Allison Macco. Sarah Price. Courtney Ray. Matthew Reichenbach. And Aaron Schoonover.
Wilson not only have extremely high grade point averages, but have also proven themselves to be leaders outside the classroom. Each has actively pursued a variety of extracurricular activities in addition to carrying heavy academic loads. The Academic Booster Club congratulates the following recipients and wishes them success in their future pursuits: Betsy Bauer, Megan Collins, Megan Freeman, Kim Jensen, Michelle McCune, Nate Tenley, and John Tomko.
Good evening. I'm Izzy Robertson, Vice President of the Sports Boosters. The Wadsworth All Sports Boosters Club is an organization of volunteers who support the Wadsworth athletic programs. Each year, the club gives several $1,000s in equipment, awards, and supplies to the athletes of all the athletic programs at Wadsworth High School. We have several fundraisers that allow us to do this: the patron drive in August, the golf outing in June, and the craft show in October, to name a few. If you would like to get involved, please contact the athletic office or attend a meeting the first Monday of every month at 7 p.m. at the high school. Tonight, we will be giving out 2 1,000-book scholarships to male and female deserving athletes. The Booster Club Selection Committee reviews each application to find these deserving athletes. The female recipient is Kathy Little. Kathy is a 4-year gymnast for Wadsworth and plans to major in journalism or forensic science in college. The male recipient is Matt Stitzel. Matt is a 4-year... Matt is a 4-year track and cross-country athlete and plans to major in pharmacy in college. Congratulations, Matt and Kathy.
Good evening. My name is Kathy Cooper, and I'm the president of the Wadsworth Band Boosters. Every year, the Wadsworth Band Boosters gives out scholarships to students who excel at music as well as community service and academics. Would Jackie Adamson and Shannon Brenneman please come up? Jackie Adamson has been baritone section leader for 4 years and also was selected to play in the Medina County Honors Band for 4 years. She has performed in the University of Akron's Summer Brass Quintet Workshop for the past 3 years and was selected to perform in the Ohio Band Directors Conference Honor Band for the past 2 years. She has received Superior 1 ratings at solo and ensemble contest and has spent numerous hours volunteering time at Salvation Army kettles and other charitable events. Jackie studies with Mr. Tucker Jolly, professor of tuba at the University of Akron, and will attend there in the fall, majoring in music performance and music education. Congratulations, Jackie. Shannon Brenneman has been the flute section leader in the Wadsworth Band for the past 2 years and was selected to perform in the Medina County Honors Band for the past 3 years. She has received Superior 1 ratings at solo and ensemble contest every year in high school and was the selected guest high school musician to perform 1 song with the U.S. Army Field Band last year in Medina. She has a citation for volunteerism from the Ohio Senate and the U.S. House of Representatives. Shannon is also in Key Club, Spanish Club, church choir, does peer tutoring, is a 3rd grade Sunday school teacher, a Girl Scout, is in the National Honor Society, and took 1st place in the poetry contest for the hospice publication of Life Matters. Congratulations, Shannon. Those were both $300 scholarships. The top band booster scholarship of $500 is named after Mr. Art Baldwin, who was a band director in Wadsworth over 25 years ago. Art Baldwin was a person who motivated his students to achieve excellence and created an outstanding band program in Wadsworth that was recognized throughout the state as well as nationally. Would Jason Hadges please come to the podium? Jason has been trombone section leader for the past 4 years, was selected to play in the Medina County Honors Band for 3 years, has performed in the University of Akron Summer Brass Quintet Workshop for the past 2 years. This is a long list. Was selected to perform in the Ohio Band Directors Conference Honor Band for the past 2 years, was first chair in the State Honors Band for 2 years, plays in the Cleveland Orchestra Youth Orchestra, was a member of the Cleveland Settlement Jazz Orchestra, received superior ratings at solo and ensemble contests for 4 years, plays in the professional band, the Sounds of Sousa Band, was the runner-up for the International Trombone Association National Competition for ages 18 to 22, and was a semifinalist for the National Trombone Competition held in Washington, D.C. for ages 18 through 20. He has been on the soccer team for 3 years, was on the honor roll for all 4 years of high school, and has spent numerous hours volunteering time at Salvation Army Kettles and other charitable events. Jason was accepted into the Eastman School of Music in New York, but has chosen to study with Mr. Ed Zadrozny, member of the Cleveland Orchestra and professor of trombone at the University of Akron. Jason will major in music performance at the University of Akron this fall. Jason is also the recipient of the John Philip Sousa Award, and it is my pleasure to present him the Art Baldwin Scholarship.
Good evening. I'm Sally Porter, Director of the Four Cities Educational Compact. The Stone Ledges Career Technical Scholarship was established in 1999, and our anonymous donor has given the compact over $130,000 for students who are furthering their education in their career technical field. Recipients for the awards are chosen from career technical programs in Barberton, Copley, Norton, and Wadsworth High Schools. This year, we have 18 recipients, and 6 students were chosen from Wadsworth. Our first award is for $1,500, and it goes to Heather Fink. We have $1,000 for Star Cole. Heather is going to go on to Akron University. She is in our Advancement to Nursing program at Barberton High School. She hopes to be accepted by her sophomore year to the School of Nursing. By her high school graduation, Heather will have earned 21 post-secondary credits at the university. And Star is in our athletic healthcare program, and she received the $1,000 to attend the University of Akron to further her education in a science field and hopes someday to be a veterinarian. And to join these people, we have Roy Evans. He'll receive $1,000. Roy? Roy is in the Public Safety Criminal Justice EMT Fire Program, and he's going to continue his education at the University of Akron in the criminal justice field. As he pursues his degree, he hopes to work part-time at a fire station. Our next recipient for $1,000 is Shannon Marr. Shannon is in our teacher aid program, and she's going to attend Duquesne University to major in early childhood education. Shannon has said she has never been interested in anything else but to be an elementary teacher, for she loves working with children. Our next $1,000 goes to Matt Toddy. Matt is in the computer-aided drafting and design program, and he'll receive $1,000 and will attend The Ohio State University as a pre-architecture major and will be in the honors program. Congratulations. And our last $1,000 goes to Matthew Boatman. Matt is in our carpentry program, and he will receive $1,000. He will attend the Ohio State University Agricultural Technical Institute in the fall to study construction management. Good luck to all of you as you pursue your chosen careers. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Lori Gossard, and I am the president of Franklin Wise. I am pleased to present a $500 scholarship to a deserving graduating senior who attended Franklin Elementary School. This year's recipient plans to obtain a degree in nursing with a minor in psychology. After careful consideration of all the applicants, the Franklin Wise Scholarship Committee has chosen to recognize her not only for her many academic achievements, but for her service to others. It is because of these contributions we feel strongly that she has potential to make a difference in the world. Congratulations, Heather Fink. Franklin Wise wishes you much success with your education and in the coming years. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Kim George, and I am the Isham Wise president. I'm here to present the Phyllis Hawk Memorial Scholarship. Phyllis Hawk was a dedicated and much admired teacher who taught at Isham for over 20 years. This $1,000 scholarship is given to a graduating senior who attended Isham for at least 2 years. This year, Isham Wise honored Shannon Maher for her academic accomplishments and community service.
Good evening. I'm Linda Johnson. I'm the incoming president at Lincoln Wise. It is my pleasure to congratulate the winner of the 2007 Lincoln Wise $500 college scholarship. This candidate's achievements we found to be well balanced and purposeful. Their experience as a teacher's aide within our school and their decision to go on to become a teacher were pivotal in our decision-making process. On behalf of the scholarship committee, I'd like to congratulate Stephanie Carruthers and wish her every continued success.
Hi, my name is Terry Nicholas, and I'm the outgoing president of Overlook Wise. I'm here tonight to give out the Overlook Wise Alumni Scholarship. This year, a committee of 4 people worked independently reviewing the stack of applications from Overlook alums. And amazingly, each person on their own came to the same conclusion, and that was to reward David Carter, our $500 scholarship, for his academic and leadership achievements.
Good evening. My name is Lisa Burns. I am the Scholarship Committee Chairperson for Valley View Wise. Every year we choose a candidate from the high school to receive a $500 scholarship to be used toward college tuition. The candidate must be a graduating senior who attended Valley View Elementary. This year we chose an individual that stood out because his aspirations and goals sounded realistic yet impressive. He appeared to be well-rounded and hard-working, and he exhibited the quality of perseverance. In fact, we were most impressed with his commitment to soccer and church and his mature choice to sacrifice in order to better himself academically. It is all these traits that we hope all Valley View and Wadsworth High School graduates will carry with them as they follow their chosen paths. So this year, we wish him all the best in his future endeavors and congratulate Nathan Davies.
This year's recipients of the Wise United Scholarships are Matthew Reichenbach and Heather Fink. As president of Wise United, Wadsworth's parent-teacher organization, I understand the value of a good volunteer. These $500 awards are given to Matthew and Heather not only for their high achievements within the classroom and extracurricular activities, but also for their impressive volunteer efforts. We especially honor the spirit of volunteerism exhibited by these two students because we know that their gift of time and talent are true treasures. Matthew and Heather, Wise United would like to wish you the best of luck in all of your future endeavors. Congratulations.
Hi, I'm Tracy Arnone, the principal of Sacred Heart School. Each year, our school gives a scholarship to a 12th grade student who graduated from Sacred Heart School. This year, I am proud to announce that Joey Hanna is the recipient of the Sacred Heart Alumni Scholarship. Joey, Joey exemplifies many of the traits that we value at Sacred Heart School. He is a quiet but respectful young man that gives of himself to others. Last summer, he attended the Catholic Heart Work Camp in Greensboro, North Carolina. The camp was a combination of spiritual growth and giving service to the less fortunate. He is a great big brother to his siblings. And Joey has also contributed to Wadsworth High School by being a member of the tennis team. He continues to keep the friendships that began during his days at Sacred Heart. He plans to attend Walsh University in the fall, and I know he will be a success in whatever he chooses to do with his life. With pride, I give the Sacred Heart Alumni Scholarship to Joey Hanna.
Good evening. I'm Pat Berry, Vice President of Lockheed Martin Corporation out of Bethesda, Maryland. For the last 6 years, we've been deeply involved with the Science Fair program at Wadsworth High School. 3 years ago, we decided to team with some other businesses in the local Wadsworth-Akron area to raise the bar. And this year, we decided to raise the bar once again. Over the past 6 years, we've contributed as a team over $150,000 in prizes and awards to Wadsworth High School. This year, we decided to implement a scholarship fund for a student that was pursuing an academic degree in either medical or engineering. Each of the candidates that submitted applications had to also be interviewed by a panel consisting of academic and professional people. It is my extreme honor to announce this year's first annual Student Research Scholarship Award to Mr. Greg Chester. I want to point out that Greg is going to Northeastern. I also want to point out that he's among the very elite with having earned his Eagle Scout. And I also want to point out, which is very near and dear as part of this scholarship, Greg displays a great sense of business savvy and has owned his own business for the last 5 years. Again, congratulations, Greg.
Hi, my name is Darrell Benner. I'm here to present the Scott T. Wrigley Memorial Scholarship Fund that was founded in 1993 to honor and memorialize the very talented and gifted vocalist Scott Wrigley. His love for music and the arts started at an early age, and he was best remembered for his rendition of Chantilly Lace here at O.J. Work Auditorium in 1980. He literally bought the house down, and he was only in the 8th grade. His mentor and friend, the great music man Gene Lawrence, took Scott to the next level, and Scott was part of a traveling barbershop quartet that traveled the Midwest. Scott was on the verge of really making it big when his life was cut short due to an automobile accident. Family and friends of Scott hold an annual golf tournament to raise funds to keep his passion alive. In the past, we have helped students continue their love for the arts, and the sound of music keeps on growing. This year, we have found a recipient that evokes the talent, determination, and the level of performance that Scott would just beam over. You have witnessed his performances as Ren in Footloose, John Proctor in The Crucible, Joseph in the Technicolor Dreamcoat, and George Bailey in It's a Wonderful Life. Student Council President, Drama Club President, one heck of an actor and performer, Mr. Aaron Schoonover. Congratulations. You earned it.
Good evening. My name is Pat Single. I'm the president of the Wadsworth Amateur Soccer Association. I am proud and honored to be here tonight to award one male and one female athlete with a $500 college scholarship. Wadsworth Soccer is a nonprofit association that was started over 18 years ago by a group of passionate visionaries who fulfilled the dream of giving back to the community something that they had learned and played all of their lives, the fun game of soccer. Then selfishly dedicated their time and talents to build the foundation of what we have today. A 7-panel board of directors, over 1,000 active youth and adult soccer players, 16 fully maintained and manicured fields down at Mole Park, over 150 youth soccer coaches, a fully functional concession stand, host to several league playoff games and championship games, the Bothwell Cup, and we are proud to host our very own Labor Day tournament, now proudly known as the Frank J. Memorial Soccer Tournament. For many years now, I have stood up at this podium and presented scholarships to very deserving young men and women. It has been a wonderful experience to get to know many of these young soccer players, but it goes without saying that their success was a partnership with the many coaches that provided each player with the instruction and training that has proven to be the key ingredient of each of their success. The two recipients of tonight's awards really epitomize the true criteria of this scholarship. It is to have played in our program, contributed to their respective high school teams, and go on to play competitive college soccer. The female recipient is a special young lady. She has a wonderful personality, a sense of humor, a role model, and a leader. She has been a scholar athlete for all 4 years in high school, National Honor Society member, 4-year letter winner, honorable mention All Suburban League, and varsity team captain. She plans on attending Walsh University in the fall to study social work and play college women's soccer with 2 Wadsworth graduates and WASA Female Scholarship Award winners, Abby Swope and Rachel Bircher. It is a pleasure to award the $500 Female WASA College Scholarship to Stephanie Sussman. The male recipient is an outstanding young man who has soccer in his blood. He comes from a soccer family who has made many contributions to the WASA program. His mother is a past board member and director of the Select program and tournament volunteer. His father is a certified referee and has worked many games down at Mole Park. This male athlete participated in WASA for 10 years, earned First Team All-League, First Team All-County, Gazette Player of the Year, Team Captain, and Sun Banner Player of the Year. He plans to attend Worcester College and major in business while continuing to play soccer at the collegiate level. It is an honor to award the $500 WASA Male Scholarship to Zach Berger.
Good evening. My name is Ron Mendel, and I'm here to present the Joseph Mole Memorial Award. I've known the Mole family for as long as I can remember, and I'm extremely honored here to be able to present this award tonight. The Joseph Mole Memorial Award is a one-time $1,000 gift awarded to a senior that has exhibited the characteristics that made Joe a very special person. Unfortunately, Joe's life was cut short, but that did not limit the impact he made on his family, friends, and community. Joe's personality was one of his strongest traits. He was fun-loving, outgoing, and had a true compassion for others. He held a strong belief in God and believed strongly in education and was dedicated to lifelong learning. This year's recipient of the Joseph Mole Award not only exhibits those traits, but will also follow in Joe's footsteps as she enters the next phase of her life. Joe played soccer as a youth here in Wadsworth, had a decorated high school career, and continued that on at what was then Walsh College. This year's recipient will also represent Walsh, now Walsh University, both in the classroom and on the soccer field. It is my distinct pleasure and honor to announce this year's recipient, Steph Sussman.
Good evening. I'm Don Ferguson. I'm president of Wadsworth Youth Baseball and Softball. We have over 1,300 kids participating annually in our program. And tonight, I'm pleased to announce we have 2 senior recipients, a male and female. Each will receive a $500 scholarship. And we'd like to present these to Jennifer N. Thomas and Michael Richards. The board's goal in choosing these 2 recipients was finding those who demonstrated leadership, teamwork, and community, and we feel we've found 2 excellent candidates. Thank you.
Good evening. Congratulations to the graduating seniors of the class of 2007. This evening, I am honored not only to speak to such a fine graduating class, but I have the distinction of presenting the 9th annual Robert W. Tex Randolph Memorial Award to an outstanding individual in the 2007 class who has demonstrated dedication, leadership, and good sportsmanship throughout his wrestling career. This is a post-secondary scholarship given in Texas memory by the Randolph family along with the Wadsworth Youth Wrestling Club in the amount of $500. Tex, as everyone called him, was a 1962 graduate, athlete, loyal Wadsworth citizen, and family man. Tex Randolph was very involved in athletics at Wadsworth High School, namely football and baseball. He attended the University of Akron and worked for the City of Wadsworth as an engineering tech and park supervisor for 27 years. He was actively involved in Little League Baseball, Pee Wee Football, a Wadsworth High School girls softball umpire, as well as a City League softball umpire and member of the Wadsworth High School All Sports Booster Club. Tex always exemplified hard work, dedication, and loyalty to his family, Tim, Bart, Matt, and Rex Randolph, as well as to his friends, church, and community, but most of all to his alma mater, Wadsworth High School. Tex always displayed good sportsmanship, as have the other men from the class of 1962. In recognition of my dad's love for the sport of wrestling, this award is dedicated in his name to a male senior wrestler who best exemplifies himself as a fierce competitor with high morale and leadership qualities and a willingness to help others while displaying sportsmanship in the sport of wrestling. I am honored to give the 9th annual Robert W. Tex Randolph Memorial Wrestling Award to a young man who earned more points for the wrestling team this year than any other wrestler with 299.5 points. He owns the most season victories with 45 wins. He was Suburban League champion, sectional champion, district champion, and state runner-up for the 3rd year in a row. He lost to the #1 guy in the nation all 3 years. So it's not bad. And ironically, he's from Ohio. So he also owns the career victories at Wadsworth High School and also throughout Medina County with 170 wins. He always demonstrates competitiveness and leadership while wrestling with respect for the sport of wrestling. He is planning on attending Eastern Michigan University to wrestle and study nursing in the fall. This award goes to Derek Floor.
Good evening. My name is Melissa Manful, and I'm presenting the Dick Manful Memorial Scholarship. My father, Dick Manful, was an educator and a coach for Wadsworth High School for over 30 years. He was a true Grizzly and was intensely proud of the students and athletes that he worked with. My father saw athletics as a way to improve the character of a person. He was very impressed with the player that worked hard to improve their abilities, that supported their teammates, and who played with a positive attitude. The recipient of the 9th annual Dick Manful Memorial Scholarship is an athlete my father would have enjoyed coaching. This senior golfer has held several leadership roles, including National Honor Society and Student Council. He has been involved in several community service projects, including mission trips and being an assistant for the Hook a Kid on Golf program, a program my father helped start in Wadsworth many years ago. He looks forward to graduating and studying mechanical engineering in college. Please join my family and I as we congratulate Jordan Smith.
My name is Joe Arpad. I am chair of the Wadsworth High School Alumni Association. I graduated from Wadsworth High School in 1955, and I would like to invite all of you here to stay connected to Wadsworth High School through the Alumni Association and stay in touch with us. We'd like to hear from you as you go forward in your careers. Tonight I have 2 scholarships to give from the Wadsworth Alumni Association. The first goes to Sarah Schaub, and she says, "It is my desire to work in a profession where I can help people and make a difference in the lives of children, and would like to specialize in pediatric medicine, and she would like to attend Wake Forest University." Thank you very much. The second award goes to Elizabeth Bianco. She says, "I hope to graduate from college with a Bachelor of Science in either aerospace engineering or nuclear engineering. My long-range goals are to pursue a master's degree in engineering and possibly a PhD. She would like to attend Texas A&M University." Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Shannon Barker. I'm the president of the Wadsworth Cheerleading Alumni Association. The WCAA was created to establish a relationship between past and present cheerleaders to support the efforts of the current squad in spirit and pride of Wadsworth High School sports, and to present a scholarship to an exceptional graduating cheerleader. In searching for the recipient of this year's scholarship, we wanted to reward the girl who exemplified what a cheerleader truly is. Exemplify. To show by example, to serve as an example. Because of her strong character and leadership qualities, I am proud to present the 2007 Wadsworth Cheerleading Alumni Association Scholarship to Annie Grindle.
The Gyro Club is an international fraternity of fellowship. To receive the award tonight, you have to be truly a great friend to your fellow peers. Tonight's recipient is truly that. The Wadsworth Gyros is pleased to present this $500 check to Warren Bates.
Good evening. My name is Steve Prechtel. I'm here representing the Wadsworth Rotary Club and also Rotary International. Rotary is a worldwide organization of business and professional leaders that provides humanitarian service and encourages high ethical standards in all vocations, civic involvement and volunteerism, and helps build goodwill and peace in the world. Approximately 1.2 million Rotarians belong to more than 32,000 clubs in more than 200 countries and geographical areas. At this very moment and every hour of every day, there are Rotarians somewhere in the world working to eradicate the polio virus, provide clean drinking water in a village, or assisting with orphans and refugee care. The Wadsworth Rotary Club was formed in 1925 and is in its 82nd year of service to the Wadsworth community. We support many and various community projects with donated time from our members and with monetary support, such as our long history of awarding scholarships to graduating seniors of the high school. This evening, we're awarding 3 scholarships. The first is for Eric Neid. Eric is the recipient of the Walt and Catherine Wenshu Scholarship of $1,000. This scholarship is from the endowment that Mr. Wenshu placed with the club for this purpose. He is a 40-year member and still active member of the Rotary Club of Wadsworth. The award is presented annually to a student interested in pursuing an undergraduate degree in one of the engineering disciplines for his or her career. I understand that Eric is interested in pursuing an aerospace engineering degree and that he's planning on starting that degree by attending Case Western Reserve University after his June graduation. The next 2 recipients of $1,500 scholarships from the club are Jill Moskowitz and Stephanie Rudy. Jill is planning to attend Ohio Northern University in Ada, Ohio, and she will be majoring in pharmacy. Stephanie is interested in a career in the health professions field, and I believe it's speech pathology, and will be attending Liberty University in Lynchburg, Virginia.
Good evening and congratulations to all the class members here. I'm Beth Workman from the Wadsworth Chamber of Commerce, and each year the Wadsworth Chamber members and area businesses hold an Easter basket auction solely to raise funds to be able to give out book scholarships to students. And that's one way that they can thank you for shopping their stores in Wadsworth, and we do thank you for that. So without any further ado, I'd like to call the following students to the stage who will each be receiving a $500 book scholarship from the Wadsworth Chamber of Commerce on behalf of its members. The first person is Thomas Kaminsky. The second recipient is Michael Belowski. The third recipient is Scott Westerman. The fourth recipient is Caitlin Hensel. The fifth person is Michael Richards. The sixth person is Andrew Knight. And last but not least is Jessica McCaffrey. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Captain Keith McConnell, representing the Wadsworth Firefighters Association. Give you a brief history of the scholarship they're going to give away tonight. 2 of them, $1,000 each. Chet Fish Vocational Scholarship Fund. Chet Fish was our fire chief from early 1960s until 1988 or so, and he loved golf. And one of the fundraisers that we provided was a golf outing. And in September 1st, 1988, we did a golf outing where we raised funds for the fire department for buying equipment, for giving to other organizations that are in need, such as the Salvation Army, Fish, and so on. On about the third tee, he became very ill and was taken to the hospital where he died of a massive heart attack, doing what he loved. At the request of his wife, Barbara, all memorial donations were to be given to the Wadsworth Firefighters Association. As a group, we decided that we needed to do something with this money to honor his name, his legacy, and do something to put back into the community. As you all know, firemen do a lot for the community. We give back more than we receive, which is a good thing. Throughout the years, we've had many donations, we've had many fundraisers to support this fund, and I'm happy to announce now for the past 19 years, it has been very successfully managed. It is perpetuating, and it will provide enough scholarship money for years to come for future students. And at this time, I'd like to ask Brianna Zvet and Brian Lamp to come to the podium. Brandy is going to, I believe, the University of Akron, going to study nursing, and Brian is going to attend Bluffton University and going into the fire and EMS field. As you know, it takes special person, number one, to be a nurse for the compassion that they must have for the injured and the ill, and firemen, we all know that we're crazy because we go into burning buildings while you're all trying to revolve. So congratulations, Brandy.
Thank you.
And Brian.
Good evening. My name is Amanda Andre, and I'm here on behalf of the Wadsworth Kiwanis Club to award two $500 scholarships to two very deserving seniors. Congratulations to Rachel Filiomeni and Stephanie Carruthers. These two seniors have exemplified outstanding academic achievement, along with displaying fine leadership qualities. Congratulations. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Crystal Ake, school counselor at Wadsworth High School, and tonight I will be representing the Women's Club of Wadsworth, and I would like to recognize two young ladies who will be receiving a scholarship through this organization. Will Emily Gaborsik and Hallie Singer please come forward? These two students will be formally recognized as the recipients of the Women's Club of Wadsworth Scholarship at a later date at a luncheon. Tonight, I would like to congratulate both of you for your outstanding achievements and accomplishments in receiving this award. Congratulations, ladies.
Good evening. I've been thinking about this comment for the last 45 minutes sitting here. Let's all stand up and give the 2007 class of Wadsworth High School a standing ovation. I thought everybody needed a little bit of a stretch. Hi, I'm Ron Robinson with Medina General Hospital. I'm representing the Medina General Hospital Foundation. Each year, the foundation gives two $1,000 scholarships to deserving students at each high school in Medina County, students that are going into a healthcare field such as medicine, nursing, physical therapy, and so on. This year's recipient, first one is Stephanie Bowman, who is going to Otterbein, majoring in health promotion. Jessica Mooney is the next recipient. She's majoring in pre-med at Hiram. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Karen Cooper. I am an application engineering manager for the actuator division of Parker Hannafin here in Wadsworth. I have the privilege of presenting the Parker Hannafin Scholarship Award this evening to Alan Hodges. Alan is a member of the National Honor Society and Key Club. He's also involved in band and cross country. The fact that he is interested in studying mechanical engineering, like myself, is just a bonus. It is my pleasure to present the Parker Hannafin $1,000 Scholarship Award to you, Alan Hodges.
Hi, my name is Mary Saylor, and I would like to invite forward John Eggleston, Allie Dana Miller, Michael Barlow, Crystal Hartley, Shannon Marr, and Kyle Clem. First of all, I have to say I agree with Linda Kramer, who says this is a very difficult thing to do in honor of your loved one, but it is the right thing to do also. So these kids were, these students are the recipients of the 2007 Pay It Forward Scholarship. And these kids, if I remember correctly, were sophomores in December of 2004 when my late husband found out that his cancer had recurred and it would most likely shortly take his life, which it did about a year later. He passed away February of '06. But he addressed these students at that time to a very quiet, and Ron was so humbled and honored by these students. He could have heard a pin drop, and that amazed him after being in education as long as he had in high school, that students could be that quiet. The context of his speech was about paying it forward and making each day count. So to really talk about, these students were chosen because of the traits that they've shown at Wadsworth to be able to pay it forward. So I don't really know that much about each of the students individually, but I was able to find on our home computer in some of Ron's folders notes from the speech he gave that day. So I just am taking a very few short sentences and going to maybe jog some of their memories and challenge them at the same time, and also commend them for what they have done to deserve this scholarship. He began by saying that each day is a gift that we need to treasure and make the most of it. He challenged them to please don't waste any day of your life, and to think when you wake up in the morning, what can I do to make this day count? He described the pay it forward philosophy as doing something nice for someone else without worrying about getting paid back. Sometimes, most of the time, even without getting credit for the act of kindness that you showed to someone. He said the key is to be the first to act. Do not expect anything in return. Consider your act a free gift. He challenged the kids to be creative and that they would be surprised at what opportunities are out there for them each and every day. He ended, and this is what I remember most about his speech that day, he ended by saying, it would be great if people talked about how Wadsworth High School kids really cared about each other. He hoped that each class would pass this legacy on from one class to the next. The best way to honor him and the pay it forward concept was if a young student asked an older Wadsworth student, how did Wadsworth High School get this reputation of paying it forward? Instead of saying, oh, it was the idea of some guidance counselor who spoke to us a few years ago, the student would say, you know, I don't know, it's just the way we do things around here. So I congratulate these students and wish them much success in their college career.
Hi, everyone. I'm Larry Saul, and speaking on behalf of Megan Gatke of the First Merit Bank, it's my pleasure to award two $1,875 Mackey scholarships to two very deserving seniors. Would Holland Bailey and Ryan Renacci please step forward? First, let me tell you about the scholarships. Mrs. Mackey was a 1928 graduate of Wadsworth High School and a lifelong member of Norton. Just prior to her death in 2003, she asked that some of her lifelong savings be set aside to be used for scholarships for Norton and Wadsworth students entering college. Now, both of these winners here definitely stand out and are very deserving considering their academic records. Our first recipient will attend Stark State University and study information reporting. She is senior Holland Bailey. Our second recipient will attend the University of Notre Dame and will study pre-professional studies. He is senior Ryan Renacci. It's my privilege to next present the Bernadine Kowalczyk Memorial Scholarships. Bernadine Kowalczyk was a very dedicated and caring Wadsworth School's health aide and nurse for many years. In her will, she requested that scholarships be set aside in her name. These $1,500 scholarships will be awarded to two outstanding seniors planning to pursue a health-related career. It's my pleasure to award these Bernadine Kowalczyk Memorial Scholarships to seniors Jessica Ellabrook and Carrie Cook. Would they please come forward? I've been asked to present the Young Book Award. Will Jennifer Thomas please come forward? The young sisters were graduates of Wadsworth High School who were fortunate enough to have the chance to pursue higher education as a result of the generosity of the Wadsworth community. Now that they have accomplished their academic goals, they want to give back in hopes that a young female athlete will have the same educational opportunities that they did. And the certificate reads, "This book scholarship is awarded to a young, fearless female athlete who has excelled in the classroom, who further has the drive and desire to pursue a college degree. We are pleased to present Jennifer Thomas with this scholarship for her many achievements, dedication, and hard work. You have demonstrated fine character and leadership while maintaining a balance between academics and athletics. We wish you the best of luck in your academic endeavors." Congratulations, Jennifer. My next presentation is for the Mark P. Sherba Memorial Scholarship. Mark Sherba was a graduate of Wadsworth Senior High School, class of 1975. He was born and raised in Wadsworth and attended Isham School, Central Junior High, and he loved public speaking, drama, and history. Mark played Scrooge in Wadsworth Senior High presentation of Dickens' play, The Christmas Carol at Isham and Overlook Schools. He received the Wadsworth High School Drama Club's Best Actor Award for that role. He also received an award at the Buckeye Boys State Conference held at Ashland College in '74 as Outstanding Senator. Now, after graduating, Mark entered the University of Akron and received a bachelor's degree in mass communications. He went on to work as a news reporter at newspapers in South Carolina and Virginia, where he received several awards for reporting and news. He later worked as a documentation computer analyst in St. Petersburg, Florida. Mark passed away at the age of 49 in St. Petersburg. This scholarship is a continuing memorial to Mark, granted to a Wadsworth High School graduate for tuition at a university for studies in either theater, history, or mass communications. The winner of this $2,000 scholarship has had an exceptional academic record. She will attend the University of Akron at Wayne College and will study mass communications. She is senior Sarah Fenwick. Would she please come forward? Now, the Granger United Methodist Scholarship got left off the program tonight, but we now have Mrs. Pencoast, who will make this next scholarship award presentation.
Good evening. On behalf of Granger United Methodist Church, it is my pleasure to be here this evening to award a $750 scholarship to one of the Wadsworth students who has been an active part in our church community. He's gone on 4 mission trips with us. He's been active in our choir. He's volunteered with Vacation Bible School and numerous other hours in service in our community. And it is my privilege to present Chris Parker this scholarship from our endowment committee.
Good evening. My name's David Snyder. I'm a member of Wadsworth Masonic Lodge, and our Masonic Lodge has been a part of Wadsworth for 140 years. Many names that are familiar to all of us have been members of Wadsworth Lodge. Alt, Farr, Hinsdale, Wolf, Nicodemus, Bixler, Pardee. Oh, that's the street I live on. A couple more recent ones, Tex Randolph, Mayor Daniels, and our own Norm Bragg. The Masons throughout the United States donate over $3 million every single day to different scholarships and the Shriners, many different avenues. And tonight I have the honor to present a scholarship from Wadsworth Lodge for $1,000 to a very well-rounded young lady who's been involved with speech and debate, the NFL, the other one, Student Congress, soccer, science fair, many, many different areas. And I'm glad and very proud to present to Hallie Ann Sanger $1,000 from Wadsworth Masonic Lodge.
I'm speaking on behalf of the Wadsworth Eagles Charity Fund and Mr. Don Martin, who could not be with us tonight. The Eagles Charity Fund Group have worked hard again this year to raise over $7,600 in scholarship money to assist 8 of our Wadsworth seniors pursue their college education. All of these seniors have had excellent academic accomplishments. Would they please come forward for their scholarships? Stephen Fowler, Kristen Havens, Allison Mako, Nate Davies, Corbin Frazee, Andrew Gray, Jillian P. Cook, and Courtney Ray. Congratulations to all the seniors.
Good evening. My name is Mike Payakov, and this is my wife, Lisa. We're the owners of the Wadsworth White House Chicken. We're here tonight to give a $500 scholarship to a person that will be attending Purdue University. We're very pleased to give this money to this young man. We also gave the money to his brother last year, just a coincidence. But this year, it's Bradley Mueller. Congratulations, Bradley.
Good evening. My name is Bob Campbell. Would Caitlin Miller please come up? It's a pleasure for me to represent the United States Air Force and the Director of Admissions of the United States Air Force Academy to present Caitlin Marie Miller with an Air Force Academy appointment. This appointment is equivalent to being offered a full 4-year scholarship to a top-tier university. Appointments to the military academies are highly competitive. Caitlin competed with more than 9,150 other high school seniors for admission to the Air Force Academy and is one of approximately 1,600 to receive an offer. She'll be joining a select group of students that will train to be the future leaders of your Air Force. During her 4 years at the Air Force Academy, Caitlin will have the opportunity to participate in many leadership development programs, including flying aircraft, free fall parachuting, and participating in various military training programs and foreign exchange programs around the world. She'll pursue a major of her choice in one of 32 academic disciplines ranging from political science to aeronautical engineering. In addition, she will study subjects dealing with Air Force history, military affairs, leadership, and management. While Caitlin is a cadet, the Air Force will pay complete tuition, room and board, and provide a monthly basic pay. The value of this appointment The value of the education of this appointment is $160,000. The complete total value cost per graduate of this appointment is estimated to be in the neighborhood of $387,000. When Caitlin graduates from the Air Force Academy, she will be commissioned as a second lieutenant in the United States Air Force. Approximately half of each graduating class will go on to Air Force pilot training, and many others will have the opportunity to earn advanced degrees. All graduates will eventually begin working in one of 38 officer career fields in the world's premier aerospace force. I am extremely proud of Caitlin Miller. It is a great honor for me to make this presentation and to recognize the years of hard work that have brought Caitlin to this point in her life. Congratulations, and to best to you in your Air Force career.
Good evening. I'm Dale Fortner, Superintendent of Schools, and it's my honor to present a few scholarships to graduating seniors. John and Janet Sowers have a successful real estate business here in Wadsworth and created an annual scholarship in 2004 worth $1,000 to support a student whose interest lies in the field of business or finance and, if applicable, real estate. In addition to the appropriate field of study, the graduate must demonstrate sound character, the strong desire to learn, be motivated, express financial need, and be in high academic standing. This year's recipient of a $1,000 John and Janet Sowers Scholarship is heading to The Ohio State University and has been accepted into the honors program to study business or accounting in the fall. Please join me in congratulating senior Taryn Wessel. In 2000, his family established a scholarship in their father's name to remember the 20-plus years that Frank Close served as a leader of the Wadsworth school system. This award is based on a combination of high academic achievement, strong personal character, solid personal conduct, and their propensity for success. The award is granted annually to no more than 2 students on behalf of the Frank Close family to assist the honorees in their college educational costs. This year, each of the awards is valued at $4,000. The first recipient of a $4,000 scholarship is a senior who is an active member of our band and plans to attend Wittenberg University to major in developmental psychology and special education. Integrity, sacrifice, and a strong work ethic are words she lives by. Congratulations to senior Katie Cameron. I'm equally pleased to award another $4,000 Frank Close Scholarship to an extreme. Thank you. Miss Darlene Buck, to my immediate left. Julius Caesar once said, "Veni, vidi, vici," the Latin phrase translated as "I came, I saw, I conquered." For 21 years in Wadsworth schools, Miss Darlene Buck was the Julius Caesar of Latin. A proud graduate of Ohio University and later a master's degree recipient from the University of Akron, Darlene always brought enthusiasm and a positive view on the most classical language of all time. As she looks back at her career, her best memories include the privilege of working with students in the middle school level to introduce them to Latin, but also at the high school level, where she helped to further their study and appreciation of the language that has the strongest ties to our English language we know and use today. She enjoyed meeting 7th and 8th grade students and establishing a rapport with them, then looked forward to getting reacquainted as they walked back into her classroom at Wadsworth High School a few years later. She marveled at their physical and intellectual growth and maturity. By working a split teaching schedule between two buildings, she felt she was able to experience the best of both worlds when it came to secondary education. As Darlene looks forward to the next several years, traveling around the country to visit her family and friends is at the top of her list. Congratulations on a fantastic career. We wish you Godspeed. To my far left, Mrs. Patty Haskins. As her colleagues have done, Patty has had a profound impact on the students who have come through her doors to learn her area of specialty, mathematics. She has done much from running numerous bloodmobiles to elementary intramurals, from working with students of all ages in plays and advising students both formally and informally about career plans and goals. Patty has also been a leader for several years of our National Honor Society induction. But she is especially unique because she's had a profound impact not only on students, but also teachers in this district. Over the years, she's been involved in the district's strategic plan, held WEA officer positions, and even recently stayed in a leadership position by representing teachers on a district healthcare study committee. As she reflects back on her career, she remembers that one of her favorite moments is every single day, actually, when she spends it in a classroom with her students, because she considers all of her students, as well as her teaching colleagues, her extended family. We know that she will always treasure running into former students and learning about their lives and accomplishments, and they will have very fond memories of her, affectionately known as Pepsi Patty, and her math class. She has outlasted several superintendents and has garnished a solid reputation with each, which is critical to the success of this district. Kent State University with her bachelor's degree, Sally Porter started her career as a business teacher, instructing students in shorthand and typing. Nearly 40 years later, and with a master's degree from the University of Akron, she has logged several positions as cooperative business education teacher, Wadsworth High School assistant principal, Wadsworth High School associate principal, and now the director of the Four Cities Educational Compact. Along the way, Sally
that just over $100,000 is raised by this community through our local organizations for our students and to help them achieve their reality of going to college. So please help me in thanking our local organizations for their generosity. And I just want to take a moment to thank those individuals who made tonight's activities possible, especially our counselors, and especially Mr. Saul, our principals, Mrs. McIlvain, Mrs. Lake, and our student council organization, and all the individuals who came out tonight to give of their time to support our senior class. And lastly, I would like to thank the individuals sitting to my left. It's been a pleasure for me to work with such a talented group of young men and women. Not only are they academically gifted, but they are caring and giving individuals who are always willing to help others in need. And I hope as the generosity has been shown to them tonight, that down the road they'll also have the opportunity to return the generosity, hopefully someday to Wadsworth seniors that will be sitting where they're sitting tonight.